Hello, I'm Paula Polo from Intermediate English course number 1, and today I'm going to talk about some things that are not allowed in South Korea. I seem to be looking down, but actually I'm looking at the slides on the screen. I think if I look that way, not that way, it seems like I'm looking at the camera, but I need to guide myself. So let's start. So here we have tattoo without a license. Well, in order to get a tattoo in Korea, the tattoo artist must have a medical license. However, getting a tattoo implies having to be judged by society and not being able to access to a good job. Moving on, we have weapons. So, ironically, although all men must perform military service and they are forced to learn to use weapons, it's not allowed to use weapons in a privately form, since it's considered that they don't need to use them. Alright, now we have gambling in casinos. So first of all, foreigners are allowed to play in the many legal casinos that exist throughout the country. However, Korean citizens can play only at one side. It's called the Gangwon Land Casino, which is almost always full despite being in the middle of nowhere. South Korean residents cannot legally gamble anywhere else, which is why this casino builds half of what the entire gambling industry in the country earns. However, the laws for Korean citizens are even stricter, because Korean criminal law applies to all Koreans in the world. They cannot play outside of South Korea either, as there are more and more online casinos. The role of Korean law in this area is worth mentioning as well. So first of all, it's illegal to operate an online gambling business in South Korea. Casinos and online bookmakers based in the country are illegal, and the government is cracking down on it. So yep. Now we have Uber. So Koreans have to avoid using the Uber service because it's illegal in this country, obviously. South Korean prosecutors filed charges against the South Korean subsidiary and Uber founder Travis Kalanick for operating a taxi service that is considered illegal in the country. So for this reason, Koreans don't use this transportation service. And last but not least, we have smoke. So as in many other countries around the world, smoking is getting worse and worse in Korea. The country has passed strict anti-smoking laws that prohibit smoking in bars, restaurants, coffee shops, and other covered areas where it was previously allowed. However, it doesn't end here, nor you can smoke in any corner of the streets. Many public spaces, especially in large cities, also restrict tobacco use. For example, it's not allowed to smoke in tourist places, on busy streets, or in the vicinity of subway stations and other means of public transport. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you like this information, and also I hope that you found it as interesting as I did. Goodbye.